Hey, what's good, y'all? Doing an unexpected review. This time is of the McFarlane 7-inch, which is not 7 inches. It is the McFarlane Hellbat armor from DC Multiverse. They now have a license, and McFarlane's been doing his thing. Gotta say, I was honestly skeptical of this. So over at Toy Fair, I was brought in by Ty Butler Photography over on Instagram. I'll put the link in the description. Make sure you actually check the description. And Ty, shout out to you because you actually convinced me to give him a shot. And I did, and I was pleasantly surprised by how enjoyable this figure is. I can't say the same from all throughout the line, but as you've told me, it's a work in progress, so I'm willing to give it a shot, and that is the thing that matters. So, with all that being said and all that jazz, let's get into the actual review of this. All right, so here we go with the Hellbat. So if you've actually read comics, you would know that this is from a Batman series, taken over by Pete Tomasi and Patrick Gleason. And it was drawn utterly beautiful when Batman went to Apocalypse and get his son back from the dead. Now, that was a dope read. Can't front. I loved it. And I love Patrick Gleason art and I love Pete Tomasi because over on Green Lantern Corps, they did an amazing job of reviving and keeping the line alive along with Jeff Johns with Green Lantern. So when they came onto this, I was instantly on board. The Hellbat armor, it actually looks really fantastic. It is close to what is design-wise and actually follows that stylized that stylized Pat Gleason art. And it really has the shine, the glamour, the bright reds, and the articulation. So let's get into it. Because now I've yammered on. Now, look-wise, it definitely looks fantastic. There's these two peg holes in the back, and those will be for the wings. And I think that's where they got a little different, and I'm going to talk about that later. Now, articulation-wise, our head can go up, and that's about as far as ever it can go, but it can go down as well, too. So as you can look down upon your enemies, as you strike a really good pose in this armor. Our arms can go all the way up, and it has a swiveling armor pauldron. Now, I really wish that this would actually been on the arm, but they actually did a great job of just putting this here on top and make sure that it gets out of the way, which is really fantastic. There's also a small butterfly joint in there, as you can see here, that allows for that little bit of flexing movement. We have a bicep swivel here, and our arm is single jointed, but I can forgive that for this. This is supposed to be an armor. I can honestly say it's forgiven. Is it wrong and would I prefer a double joint? Hell yeah. But when you see the way this guy moves, you're like, oh, okay. Then we have an excellent peg joint, which can rotate down all the way around. And you can see that they've clearly taken from their input predecessors when it comes to movement and range. So as you can see, it can fold up and fold out. Ooh, that was sharp. Same goes for the other arm. And it just looks utterly fantastic. You know what I mean? While it doesn't have that double joint, because of the peg here, it allows for that extra range. So it has that extra peg here that allows that extra movement and range just to tuck in just enough. Now, I really like the way that works here. Now, as far as the upper torso goes, we can actually tilt it a little side to side, which is pretty dope. You can go backwards just a little bit, but we have a very nice forward ab crunch, which is really dope. Our legs can go really far out, like they can do splits. Now, that's something I honestly did not expect from the Hellbat armor, which is a very nice look. And we can rotate up with no problem. Our knees and legs are double jointed. And there is a peg here that allows for movement to manipulate that of a very good ankle pivot. And there's toe pivot. All these things that we like and enjoy, right? Now, all that being said, one of the few things I do not like is this V-cut diaper. Now, what happens is when this swivels around and moves, it looks like a diaper. But when you're moving everything around and you have it all posed up, it actually looks pretty good. But in just various while you're moving it, it's going to feel like a diaper, especially because this waist gets a little bit of room and gap wise, which causes it to pretty much, like I said, look like a diaper. We can rotate our head to the side. We can actually get a lot of good poses out of this. So I really like that. I really love the semi-gloss design on the black as well too. Came out really nice. Now, besides that, one of the other things I really would have enjoyed is another set of hands and maybe a cloth cape. But, you know, these are $20 figures, and they actually came out phenomenal, but I can't be a beggar. But I am glad that we are getting listened to. So you can see here, he can really pose up. So let's see about kicking and things like that, right? So I didn't actually test that one out yet. So let's see how you balance in terms of kicking, jumping, and looking good overall, right? First try. Looks good. Can't front. Can't front. Looking good. Now, these are the things that I was honestly doubtful about, and now I'm proving myself wrong. So I feel like, my mind has been changed. I can honestly say, it's good. This is a good figure. Could it have been better? Yes. But is he off to a good start with this one in particular? Yes, very much so. The Mortal Kombat ones I cannot agree to. So again, shout out to Ty for giving me a chance to try these out. I appreciate you letting me try. So here we are with running pose as well. And that one's a little awkward, but for the most part, it's correct for a guy in armor, right? Now, I do want to talk about these wings. So, I believe Batman still wore a cape. The cape did transform at some point, or it was on a cover. I can't remember right now. But the wings actually peg right in to the back, as you saw earlier, right? And when folded in, they actually look pretty crazy, right? Because they fold on top of each other, and they look like a backpack when folded. So when folded out, they look very nice. They have this awesome presence here, and they look really great on the Hellbat armor. When folded in, they kind of still, what's crazy is they still make the shape of a bat, but now they look like some sort of backpack armor. I would have liked a nice cloth cape, but this is not bad for storage as well too. I think when folding out, that's when they're at their best, and that's really dope. Now, with all that being said, I wish to talk about it size-wise with other lines as well as this one. I don't have too much McFarlane stuff, to be honest. So I'm going to go with the DC Essentials, which is still Warner Brothers and the McFarlane stuff, licensing it out from Warner Brothers. And as you can see here with their Essentials line, there's Sinestro. Sinestro looks pretty tall next to the Hellbat armor, which is kind of crazy. Then we have a McFarlane Fortnite figure, which I'm giving these a try. And they're actually pretty good figures for what they are. I don't know this guy's name, so if you know it, please put it in the comments. But these guys, I hate their ankle ball joints, but otherwise, look on them is actually utterly fantastic. So here's the Hellbat next to these guys. This guy shouldn't be as big as the Hellbat, but, he's a 7-inch. This is a 6.75. So as you can see, height-wise across the board, this is what we're getting, right? Next up, we're going to talk about the Superman Unchained armor right next to him. Right? So this is the Superman armor. And that should have had a cape and not two mechanical wings, which is also weird. Those two guys next to each other. Next up, we have a Mythic Legions Ogre. So you can see the other size of the 9-inch Ogre next to him. You can see these guys. So this would actually be a pretty good fight. Maybe I should take pictures of that. I haven't done that yet. Cool. Here we have an Articulated Icons Ninja and an SH Figure Arts Kamen Rider O's. You see, size-wise, they are tiny compared to him. Then we have a Mythic Legions normal Fury Orc. I've been doing a lot of red lately. So here you go, size-wise, he's still much bigger than the rest of these guys. So it's pretty cool. I think the Hellbat armor should be, so that's okay. Next up, we're going to do a Marvel Legends Captain America. And as you can see, this is where the 6-inch meets the 7-inch, and you can see the line difference. We have a synthetic human Carb, who's, living his best life, chilling right now. Then we have a Lightning Collection Deca Red. SPD Red Ranger. Right? Then we have a Mezco Batman, which I'm going to put up next to him. And the reason why, because I think these two actually scale out pretty well. If you're going to put a guy in the armor, the Mezco Batman would probably be your best bet and best look upon this. Then you have a Mezco Me on a Gomez body. Voila. I think all in all, the Hellbat armor is a very good start. They could kind of keep taking cues from this and working out through the kinks. I think they'll be in very good hands. Again, hopefully these guys will listen and we continue getting cool things going. In the meantime, guys, I hope you enjoyed. I have been informed with myself from Ty. Hopefully I've informed you guys to give it a try. If not, and this may not be for you, that's totally fine too. That is respectable. And as always, guys, be good, do good, drink your water. Later.